All right, here we are for our last four questions. Malala stated that the best revenge is forgiveness and said that her shooter was the same age as her, which wasn't something I didn't even consider until she said that, and that was like, oh yeah. Um, she goes on to say that he was just following the orders and directives of people who were teaching him that, and he was doing what he believed was the right thing. Um, I would love to have a discussion on that. Do you believe that forgiveness is the best revenge? And I think we see this all over the nation, the world. That um, I mean, we're talking about the Taliban here, and yes, I mean these are people who are just they're thinking that we're wrong and that what they're doing is right, and they're just trying to save people. It's just really wild when you think about it that way. So anyway, what are your thoughts on that? The next question is David Letterman asked Malala, why didn't her dad just send the family away when he was at being an activist and they were starting to be in danger? Why didn't he send her family to stay with someone else? Going back to a little bit about that asylum where they could go and stay with other families as long as they needed. Malala stated that she immediately, she didn't even hesitate. She said, I would feel guilty if I left. And she didn't stay and fight for the others. Would you feel compelled to stay and advocate, or would you leave to save your life? I thought we could maybe discuss that. Um, Question number 9. Dave then spoke with Malala's father, who stated that, quote, the worst thing you can do is not to say anything, end quote, in regards to the issues with the Taliban at home. They were talking about how Malala learned so much about what's going on, and he felt that it was best to discuss the reality and truth rather than to pretend it wasn't happening. How do you feel about this? Is there an appropriate age to discuss um, things of the serious in nature at home? Or do you feel like it's best to just be open and honest about the reality of what's going on? And then my final question is the United States the greatest country in the world? Why or why not? The reason I bring up this question is in the end of the interview with Malala and David Letterman, she talked about our current president. And she just was saying that she would be, under his rules, she would have to be removed from our country and banned. And she just said, but, this is very confusing because the United States is supposed to be the greatest country in the world. And so that's what made me bring up that question. Do you believe it is or it isn't? Why or why not? Thank you all. Bye bye.